What's up everybody, it's Monday Mike here today, and we're going to have a Pokemon Go evolution video. Excuse the fact that I haven't managed to work out how to use the software to have a camera picture and the screenshot at the same time. It's something I'm still working on. I'm okay with technology, but still haven't quite worked that bit out yet. So we've got a few new Pokedex Pokemon that we're going to add in here today. So let's have a look and see it. We'll start at the top. Some of these I've done already, other ones they will be added to the Pokedex. As you can see at the top there, I've got a Scyther to evolve. He's not great IV, but he was much higher CP than the actual one that I did with my first metal coat that I got. So the actual Scizor I have is less than that Scyther. So we're going to smack out a really high CP, try and get that one over 2,000. And I got quite lucky today. I had one King's Rock and that lovely Poliwhirl that I actually caught yesterday, and I managed to pick up another King's Rock and the Slowpoke at 1009. That was 87 IV. So we're going to start these off. We'll start off with the Slowpoke because that is going to go to a Slow King using the King's Rock, and hopefully it'll be up over 2000. So here we go. This one's going to go to the Pokedex. So we've got 87 IV. And the King's Rock has been used. So we're looking, hopefully it'll be over 2000. It'll be there or thereabouts. I'm thinking maybe sort of 2005, somewhere around there. There he is. There is the Slow King. The shoulder on his head this time, and not on the tail. Registered to the Pokedex. And 2090. Oh man, knew that was going to happen. How did I end up with the fire move? A friend of mine got the same move. It's a bit of a strange one. How one that is half water gets a fire move. So not to worry. So now we're going to go for one that isn't a Pokedex. I've got this 84 Pidgeotto here. We're just going to do that one quickly. So just doing something here. And completely forgot to do something at the start of the video. And something I always forget to do when I go on an evolution spree, and that is my lucky egg. So I'm just going to whiz back out and pop that one on in just a second. So just cost myself a couple of thousand. So Air Slash Hurricane, I think that's currently the best moveset. I will check up on that, but I do think that is the best moveset. Right, let's just go back out, and we need to go back into the items, pop on the lucky egg, and try not to mess it up this time. Right, so I've lost out on 1500 XP there. Right, so what we're going to do, I've got this one here. This is my Poliwhirl. A little bit lower CP, but I have got plenty of candy to power him up with plenty of Stardust if needs be. So I do have one over 1000, but it's only 82 IV, so this one is considerably higher. Politoes don't go up at that high anywhere, nowhere near as high as what the Slow Kings do. So we're going to chuck out our second King's Crown there. King's Rock even, sorry. I always say that. It looks like a crown, and for some reason I always want to call it a crown. I don't know why. I know people that do the same thing, so it's not just me. There he is, Politoed. Let's check him out. Let's see what sort of moveset he's got. There he is, Pokedex. Another one in the Pokedex. That's coming on now. 1605, Earthquake and Bubble. I really didn't want that moveset again. These moves really aren't coming out to my liking this evening. So what we're going to do now is the Skiploom. We have one of these already, but it wasn't that good IV. I got quite a high one, quite a high Skiploom, but it wasn't great on the IVs. It's only about 60, so I've managed to build up enough candy, so I'm still going to have a bit left after, so if I want to power him up I can. So we're going to evolve our Skiploom. Skiploom goes into Jumpluff. So they're quite a good little Pokemon. Nice for doing your gym powering up, and nothing too special CP wise. There he is. There's little 3 puffballs off him. And let's have a look. About 1100 maybe. Oh, 1289. Oh yes, that's the moveset I wanted. Bullet Seed backed up with Solar Beam, and I don't think you can get any better than that. So really chuffed with that one. So that's pretty decent. Probably power that one up a little bit. I'm going to just chuck in a cheeky Chinchou one there. So have a look at him. do already have quite a few lanterns. So I'm just chucking one in here for the XP. So the lantern has a ridiculously high HP for such an average CP. I mean, this one will probably be about 1400, somewhere around that sort of mark. Oh, 1500, and I think that is the best moveset on that one, the water gun mixed with the hydro pump. But as you can see, he's got 181 HP for just 1500. So another Pokemon that has extremely high HP is Wobbuffet. So they're coming in at about 700, and they've got nearly 260 HP. So I'm going to go for a Pokedex one here, and it's going to go for the Slugma. Not a great IV on this one. I haven't had that many of these. Caught a few, but they've all been really low CP and IV. This is probably the best one I've actually got all along. So it should go up a decent amount. Probably looking just over 1,000. So this will be a Pokedex as well, going into the Macargo. So the slug goes to the snail. That's the best way I can describe that one. So over he goes. Slugma is gone. And Magcargo has just joined us. His little flame comes out like a little exhaust pipe there. Pokedex, thank you very much. So let's have a look. 1246, Stone Edge. Oh, the rock. Yeah, that's pretty sweet actually. Pretty sweet. So we've got a rock and fire, and it is rock and fire. So that's not too bad at all. So I'm quite happy with that. Nice little one for powering up the gyms. That one. So you're sort of 12 to 1500s. I like to use for powering up your gyms owned by the same colour as you. Right, so let's have a look here. What one should we do? I'm going to go for the Pineco. I haven't actually caught that many of these. I've got a couple in eggs and caught 2, I think. That's about it. So this one's 80 IV, so quite reasonable. Now this one goes into the Fortress. This is a Pokedex as well. So I'm just going to evolve him a second. See what he goes up to. I'm thinking on this one probably the 1400 mark. And we'll see what kind of moves we get with it. So, not been great on the moves tonight. There he is, the Fortress. Or the Fortress, as my two boys like to call him. There we go, Pokedex, bang. Thank you very much. So, Heavy Slam and Stroke. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. So you got one of each there. A little bit lower than I thought. I've still got 13 candy, so I can chuck a couple of power-ups on him. So once again, that'll be really nice for powering up the gyms as well. So you're looking, I like to use, like I said, 1200 to 1500 is the sort of CP I'd like to use when I'm powering up a home coloured gym. So we're just going to chuck this one in here. Only because the IVs on this are pretty rubbish. They're about 50, 55, but it's really high. And I just really want to see how high this one can go. Because coughings were like super rare the other day and never saw them. And going around Truro, which is where I play a lot of my Pokemon Go, I usually go out on my lunch breaks and sort of evening breaks at work for sort of 20 minutes or so. These guys, I've been catching 2 or 3 a day, hence why I've gone from sort of 15 to sort of 76 candy in the last few weeks. So we're just going to chuck a coughing in there, and we're going to see what he goes up to. Coughing and wheezing are actually some of my favourite Gen 1 Pokemon, so I do like a lot of the Gen 2, but I just think there's not quite as many out there that are as appealing. I think the faces these two guys have on them look so demoralised that... So 1696 and Dark Pulse and Tackle. So I didn't get any poison moves on that. And yeah, so just under 1700 though. So it's not a bad CP. Probably a bit higher than what I'd use for powering up gyms. So it's not really got much use at the moment, that one. So the another one we're just going to have a quick look at is the Scyther. So this is going to go, we're going for the big boy here. So we're trying to get this up to about 2100 if possible. Because like I said, my other Scizor is actually, and there's the metal coat, check the metal coat on him. I've still got quite a few items left I can use. So I've got another 2 metal coats. I've used both my King's Rocks now. And I've still got 4 Sunstones, but I haven't actually got enough candy to evolve those Pokemon yet. I'm on about 35 on the Sunkern. And 2155. Ah, I got the Night Slash again. That's the 2nd time in a row. Oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do with these ones. I've got 2 Scizors and Fury Cutter and Night Slash on both. So I was wanting a steel move on that one and didn't happen. Oh well, back to the drawing board. Maybe get some more Scyther candy because I'm going to keep spinning the stops to try and get a few more of those items. So I've got a couple of really good ones left to do. I might save those till last. So what we've got, we're going to check this one in here. We've got an 89 IV Maril. So with the water event at the moment, these things are popping up all over the place. I'm catching quite a few Azumarils as well, but they're not really anything to shout home about. They're pretty average on the old IVs and CPs. So you're looking 500 and 600 and sort of 65 to 75 IVs. So there's nothing really good been cropping up in the actual catching of the Azumarils. So this one's an 89 IV. So I'm going Hydro Pump on this one is what we want. And yes, Rock Smash and Hydro Pump. Not that keen on the Rock Smash, but the Hydro Pump, yeah, definitely it's a pretty decent move on that. Might just power that one up a little. Could probably use that on the gyms then to power it up. So yeah, chuck a bit of candy at that. As you can see, I've got plenty of Maril candy that I've been collecting over the last day with this water event that's going on. If any of you guys have got any shinies out there, just drop me a comment in the comments below. But I've had no luck at all, and I've caught about 40 Magikarp today. So I did have a couple really decent ones with some decent IVs, well up in the sort of the low 90s, and up at like 135 to 150. So there's plenty of them out there. So I've got this little Eevee here. I'm just going to chuck in here a second, and it's an 84 IV. Not great on the CP, 534, but I always like to have a few Eevee evolutions just for sort of gym battling. Just in case I get low on Pokemon. So sometimes I go on a bit of a mission, and didn't want a Jolteon. Really didn't want a Jolteon because this will be about 1500, I expect. Oh my lord, that's horrendous. Pretty decent moveset though, Thunder Shock and Thunder. So that's reasonable, that makes up for it. But 1525, we won't be powering that up. Might use that for actual gym powering itself, but it's not really much use for anything else, that one. A bit lower than I thought it would go up to. So just going to chuck this one in here. This Metapod, actually. The Metapod, I caught it quite a while ago. It's nothing brilliant CP, but it's 91 on the IVs. And Metapods sort of, every so often, you don't see them at all. And then a few appear. So it's a pretty decent one. It's only going to be about an 800 Butterfree, I expect. But it's really good IVs. It's nice to have one that's got the best moveset and pretty decent IVs. I try and get that if I can. Sometimes I'll just Confusion and Bug Buzz. So I didn't want the Psychic in there. So I would have preferred a double bug move, or maybe a one bug, one flying. So 861. So we'll keep hold of it. It's nothing to shout home about. And so we're going to go for this bad boy now. I've got an 80% Onyx, so it's probably one of the best ones. I caught loads because there was a spawn for the last 2 weeks, just like a regular spawn of a single Onyx, and it happened to be just on my little route that I walk around when I'm on my break. So yeah, the Onyx, we're going to chuck him out there for a Steelix. Have your metal coat, my friend. Put it on, and let's see this guy. So please not Crunch. I really do not want the Crunch moveset. If I get Crunch, the guy's going in the bin. Well, actually, it's cost me 50 candy in a metal coat, so he probably isn't going in the bin. And here we go. There's the boy. That's my second Steelix. Not a Pokedex, this one. So here we go. Earthquake. Oh, I've got the Dragon move. Now, I really didn't want the Dragon move. I don't mind the Earthquake being the ground. That's a great move. But the Dragon Tail, yeah, it's just one of those random ones that gets chucked in there. Don't see why they do that one. I've got this nice 87 IV Wooper. Going to send him over to being a Quagsire now. So this is not a Pokedex. I'm just checking out to see what moves we get. If any of you guys have got some with the best movesets and rubbish IVs, or maybe the really good IVs but the completely random movesets, yeah, no, I do feel for you, because sometimes there's no predicting what's going to happen. So 1247, and there we go, that's one of them. So this guy's got the 87 IVs and Sludge Bomb. So a poison move for a water and ground. I don't know how they randomly select what you will get. So I've got one I'm going to save till the end. I'm going to do this Nidorina here. 84 Nidorina. I like the Nidoqueens. They're pretty decent for taking stuff out. I haven't got one over 2000 CP. Mine sort of range from about 1700 to 1950. So this will probably be about 1800 max on it, I'd say. So just check that one. 1687, Stone Edge and Bite. So yeah, oh, that's completely random, that one. So a Poison and Ground, and I ended up with a Dark and Rock move on that one. So that's a bit of a shame, but hey, it's there. It's not too bad. It's usable. It's usable. So Snubble. I'm gonna just evolve this little Snubble now to the Granbull. I've got a Granbull already, and that was just under 1900, and with one power up on it, it went over 2000. So quite a usable Pokemon there. So I mean, pretty much anything over 2000 I find I can use for different things, battling certain gyms, and sometimes it's a bit more of a challenge. So oh yeah, random moves again. So Bite and Close Combat this time. So I really don't know what's going on with this movesets tonight. It's been a bit of a strange one. So we're going to chuck a Nidorino into a Nidoking. Getting back to the Nidoqueen, actually, I caught just over 1700 one in the wild the other day. And just sort of carried on and got home. When I checked the IV, it was like an 84%. So that was quite a random one to come across, just at a random Pokestop. It was the one up by the football club at Truro City. So yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more like it. At least we got the poison move. But once again, the steel move of Iron Tail there. So I'm sure I've used up all my luck on some of the others. So we haven't got that many left to do now, actually. So I'm going to chuck this Remoraid, because Octillery is actually one of my son's favourite Pokemon. So my oldest son actually does like Remoraid, actually. One of the most normal looking Pokemon in the whole of Pokemon Go. But this guy, Octillery, let's check out what moves we got on this bad boy. So Octillery comes in 1623, Aurora Beam and Water Gun. I think that's close to being the best moveset. I would need to check my charts. I haven't got my iPad here at the moment. But I think that is close to being the best moveset on that one. It's there or thereabouts, if not, because you've got your one water and one ice, but it is only a water Pokemon. So I will need to check that one. And I think that's pretty much it. I've got this lovely little Natu, though. We'll do him first of all, and then I think we just got the big boy till last, because you've probably seen what it's going to be there. It's something I've been saving up the candy for a little while, and so these guys, I like these guys. I think they're pretty cool looking. So they're coming in around about sort of the 1200 mark this time. Yes, the Future Sight, that's what I wanted, but I didn't want Paint Attack. Been trying to get Future Sight on all of my Natus I've got, and I've had evolved 5 or 6 and caught a few. Never had Future Sight as the charge move. This is the first one, and guess what? It's got Dark move as the quick move. So I don't know what we're going to do with that one. It's been a bit of a shame. Just going to do this little Eevee here a second, because I've got a few candy. So we'll just check that one and see what we get. Obviously, I've already got a Umbreon and an Espeon through doing the renaming trick. I haven't bothered to get any others yet with the 2 candy walking trick. And once again, a Jolteon. So, right, okay. So let's have a look at these ones. 2101, Volt Switch and Discharge. So not too bad on the moveset. I think that's actually the second worst, actually, to be fair, if I remember rightly. So let's just go back to this screen here. I think we've done all of them except one that I've got left to do, which is something I've been saving up. So I've been saving up this one right here, this Chikorita. Now, I usually go to a place called Victoria Gardens in Truro. It's far side of Truro, underneath the viaduct, just up near the skate park. It's quite a good little area. So at the moment, as of yesterday actually, when the nest changed and the new event started, there was a nest. It's not what you call like a really regular nest. Sometimes you go there, there's none, and other times you go there and there could be 1, 2 or 3 of a type of Pokemon. And for the last 2 weeks it's been Chikoritas, so I've literally been hitting the grind hard on this one, and managed to rack up 148 Chikorita candy. So that's more than enough now. I waited until the actual until the actual nests had changed, only because I knew that if I did the evolve beforehand, I was going to catch a better chikorita. This one's not brilliant. I mean, it's 78, the IVs on it. So it's okay. It's a really decent CP. I would have liked over 700 if I could, but I think this one should go to about 1800 because the the Gen 2 starters really don't go up sort of crazy high. So what we're going to do is evolve this one. I will not get a Pokedex for the Bayleaf because I actually did catch a Bayleaf a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't want to use that one because it was only just higher than what this Chikorita was. So we're going to start off with the first evolve into the Bayleaf. So this is actually my first evolve of a Gen 2 starter. So here we go. Probably about 950 maybe on this one. So the Bayleaf. I actually prefer the Bayleaf to the meganium. So here we go. Bayleaf, there we go. Not Pokedex. Oh, over that. That's surprising. I was thinking maybe 900 to 950. So yeah, we could be on for slightly better than I thought. Right, now this one will be Pokedex, and it's the last one I'm going to do. There's a Pokemon appearing here. I'll have a look in a minute. We're going to hit the meganium evolve now. So here we go. This will be the last one of the night, and it will be another Pokedex. I think that's maybe 5 Pokedex this evening, which is good. It's pushed us on quite a lot. There she is, Meganium. Pokedex. This is the Gen 2 equivalent of Venusaur, obviously. So 1761. Bit low actually. I might power this one up as best I can because I've still got another 25 candy, so I might power this one up as best as I can. I don't think it'll go that high, but I think that's one of the better moves on that one. Vine Whip and Petal Blizzard. You've got a single move 110 and a quick move at 7, so it's quite reasonable. I'm quite happy with that. So what we'll do, we'll just go back and have a look and see what we've got. 24,000 XP. It would have been another 1,500 if I'd remembered the lucky egg at the right time. So just checking the nearby. It's like Waterpoke Central there, and a cheeky Pidgey. So, and still got 10 minutes left on the old lucky egg. So what I'll do, I'll finish up here, and I've got a few more just to evolve, just to get the XP and grind it out. But remember, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Mundic_Pokemon. That's MUNDIC_Pokemon. And you can find me on Instagram as well. And I do have Facebook, and it is Mundic Mike, all one word, and then Andrew. So pop that in. You can also find me on the Truro and Falmouth group for Pokemon. One of the admins on there. But I'm going to sign off now, and we shall see what we can come up with. I did have a couple more evolutions I was going to do that would have been Pokedex, but they were absolutely trash, the ones I had to evolve. So I had a really decent Totodile, sort of up in the almost 700, but the IVs were rubbish on it. And I had a Cyndaquil that was just under 400, and I really wasn't going to be wasting sort of 25 candies on that. So we'll just look out for a few more and grind it out. Hopefully, we shall have a few more videos like this in the coming weeks, especially with this event coming on. It started yesterday, so I'm going to try and grind out as much water Pokemon as I can. Hopefully get a few more of the Totodiles, because I really want to get a Croconaw. I actually think the Croconaw is pretty cool. He's actually cooler than the Feraligatr, I think. So grind those ones out if we can, hit them with the Pineapple Berries and see what we can come up with. So this is Mundic Mike, over and out, and just remember, subscribe to the channel for any notifications of any new videos, and hopefully we'll see you soon or hear from you soon. Cheers and gone.